Hello, friends. Good morning. Welcome with my next this week's editorial. The topic of my editorial is very, very interesting and it is very concerning also because it again connects you with your right to privacy and your freedom right to communicate. Free, that is free speech. We might have heard nowadays on not on national news channels but internationally that Pegasus spyware software is talk of the day, not in India only but everywhere on the globe because it has intruded, it has been used to intrude into your privacy and to your free speech once again. Now, before we look more on this software, let's understand what is this Pegasus software. You know that in Israel there is a group, private group, which is known by the name of NSO Group. It is a cyber arm firm. This private company previously was owned by the American firm called Francisco Partners. It was previously owned by this American firm, but now it is NSO Israel. It is owned by NSO Group, an Israeli company. This company has developed this software, this spyware software. The the basic object to develop this software, as company claims, was to combat terrorism and crime. This was the basic purpose for which this software had been developed by the said company. Now, it is alleged, and one more point which I want to focus on is that in the constitution of this company, you kindly note this point that in the constitution of country, this company NSO Group, this software can be sold to only authorized governments, meaning thereby that it cannot be sold to any private firm, to any private organizations. Only it is sold to the governments. Now, it is alleged that this software, instead of using to combat terrorism and crime, it has been used to track the politicians, the human rights activists, the liars, then the opponents, political opponents, so on and so forth. In India also, it is alleged that this software has been misused. So this is the brief uh, outline of this company, outline of this outline of this company. Now, this software, this software is this spyware software Pegasus is named after a mythical winged horse, also known as the Trojan horse. Meaning thereby that this, like a horse, it can it can uh, it can send flying in air into your mobile phones. To it can send flying in the air, which ultimately can infect your mobile phones. So this is a sort of the a horse which fly in the air and infect your phones. So so once it is infiltrated into your mobile phones, then what happens? Your mobile phones are turned into a constant surveillance device by this software. And wherever you go, this software can track you. It hijack your microphones as well as your cameras and turn the device into a constant surveillance device. So you can't escape. Wherever you go, the NSO group is monitoring your activities, which later can be used to the benefits of their clients. So this is the most dangerous spyware espionage software in the world. Once it is infiltrated, then what happens? It can it can keep surveillance on your activities, which is squarely a misuse of this software, because once any private person, for example, as it is alleged that in India, journalists, then political personalities like Rahul Gandhi and others, they were allegedly being tracked by this software. So it is intrusion. It is intrusion into your fundamental right to privacy. It is intrusion into your free speech, into your free communication. And suppose tomorrow its area is wider. Today it is used on 50 people or 60 people. Tomorrow it may be in thousands, in lakhs. Then there will be a, it will spread fear psychosis among the people to say something, which means that you cannot freely communicate. You will remain under constant of fear of this spyware software, which you may think that if we communicate freely, then you might be tracking by this software. So this is very dangerous. It is alleged that this software uh, is used on the Supreme Court judge also. So you can now imagine the intrusion of this software. This is misuse of the software because basically this software is meant not to track your opponents, the private people. It is track. It is meant to track, to combat terrorism and crime. But unfortunately, this software is being used for other ulterior motives, which is a serious concern for any democracy in the world. And in fact, the government in Israel today is concerned about it, and they have started inquiry regarding this. There are uh, there are 4 5 countries which are involved in this, and it has become a concern in Israel also. There is inquiry under the National Security Council of Israel being set up there. France, Morocco, India, Mexico, these are the countries where there is allegedly misuse of this software. And how this this thing this thing has been revealed. I tell you that the international it is because of the International Investigative Journalism Initiative that today these revelations about the espionage has come to limelight. It was the Project Pegasus, which was the initiative of the International Investigative Journalism, that today we have come to know that this software is being misused, and it is being used against the human rights activists. It is being used against the politicians, the opponents. It is being used against the liars, and so on and so forth. Uh, you must know that that This software is a terror. It is a terror on your free speech. It is a terror on your right to privacy, uh, which is it is a terror on your democratic, all sorts of democratic rights. So it is a grave concern for the society that we have to prevent such things being happened in our societies. And I would tell you that that in Israel, now this concern is being shown by the government of Israel. For this, I will show you the latest development, the news, which was published yesterday only, and I will share it with you. That what the Israeli government is doing on this subject. I just share that. Just wait for a while. Just appear. Yes, it has appeared on your screen. I will read it from the. This was. This is in our own news web portal also, and Reuters. You can see Israel's National Security Council and spyware allegations. You can see this here that the team is headed by Israel's National Security Council, which answers to Naftali Bennett. Broader areas than the Defense Ministry, which oversees NSO Group's Pegasus software. The source said this event is beyond the Defense Ministry, said, referring to potential diplomatic blowback after prominent media reports this week of suspected abuses of Pegasus in France, Mexico, India, Morocco, and Iran. Now, this is the concern of the National Security Council of Israel, the government, that the Pegasus software, which has been exported to the authorized governments, according to some prominent media reports, this software is being abused, and it is abused in France, Mexico, India, Morocco, and Iraq. On Wednesday, French Prime Minister Jean Castex said French President Emmanuel Macron had called for a series of investigations to be carried out into the Pegasus spyware case. Macron's phone was on a list of potential targets for possible surveillance on behalf of Morocco. In the Pegasus case, France Le Monde newspaper said on Tuesday, though. So this is the this is the concern now, that the software is being abused rather than it is being used to combat terrorism. It is used to track the opponents, the human rights activists, the liars, the journalists. Their activities are being monitored. What is the underlying ulterior motive behind this? To convert the into non-constitutional nations, because in constitutional countries such things are not allowed. There is a fundamental right, that is right to privacy. There is a fundamental right to speech. If we track if we track and if the citizens to track their activities, if we hijack hijack their cameras, then what would be the privacy? What would be the fate of the free speech? What would be the fate of the free communication between the citizens if government is tracking those activities? So this is a very grave, serious concern for the constitutional democracies. This is a constitutional democracy. We cannot permit of doing such things which are injurious, harmful, not to the constitutional rights, but otherwise also. So the investigation is underway. Let's see where it is, how it will be ended. This so it is for the citizens of all those countries where this spyware software, Pegasus, had been abused by the concerned governments. Because why I'm referring to the governments? Because as I have explained earlier, that this spyware Pegasus software is sold to the governments, authorized governments only. It is not sold to the private persons. And if it is allegedly being misused, it is misused by the governments, not by the private citizens. This is this is the this is the constitution of the NSO group, which has developed this software, espionage software, spyware software, Pegasus, which says that it sells the software to the authorized governments only. So, if it is being misused, it is allegedly misused by the governments only. So, it is a concern that instead of using the software to combat, to track terrorists, to combat criminals, this is being used against the private persons, against the politicians who are their opponents, against the journalists who dissents with the government, against human rights activists who fights for the rights of the constitutional rights of the human rights of the people, against the lawyers, against the judges. This software is being used, uh, and we cannot permit it to do so. We cannot permit it to do so. Therefore, uh, I hope that the viewers who may see this, watch this editorial, would understand that what this Pegasus spyware software is, where it is developed, to whom this software can be sold, and how this software can infiltrate into your rights and harm your free speech, your privacy right. Hopefully, you have you will understand this. You will apply your mind. Probably, you will not remain reticent, inactive on this. Will take cognizance of it. With this, I will end this episode of my editorial, and we'll meet again with some other topic of prominence of public interest. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.